What's up, everybody? Chris, Dusty, and your main man, Todd.
He gets to be the main man.
He's the main man. We're back today. We got a C7 Z06 we finished up. This car was on the channel a while back.
I don't know how long ago, maybe a year?
Yeah, at least a year. Basic bolt-ons. We did long tubes and just a cold air. You know, he was like, that's probably all I need. And then it grows, you know how it is. So what we did this round, we pulled the motor out, did a Brian Tooley Racing Gen 5 Stage 1 supercharged camshaft.
For that glorious chop.
The glorious chop. Sounds awesome. Runs really well. Drives good. Of course, DOD delete. Got rid of the lifters that come in these things. And also has a DSX lid that he provided. He wants to put on there. So did that and a Mighty Mouse catch can. We also did a DSX low side aux fuel system, which is really well engineered. Really, really nice low side. And a
ethanol
DSX
sensor.
flex fuel sensor.
Yep.
So we did ATI lower with a 10% ring, just to try to recoup a little bit of boost loss from the camshaft.
Yeah, it looks like it makes almost the same boost as it did factory. Hits about 12, levels out to about 11.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think factory boost on these are around that number. I think that's the boost number. But anyways.
So yeah, you know, and as usual with these, we're at the fuel wall. You know, we're up against the capacity.
We're able to get about, what, 40% ethanol.
Yeah, and we probably could squeeze out a little more percentage. Surprisingly,
Yeah.
to us, really, that's pretty good. But 40 makes it kind of easy math. I mean, you know, the most you'll probably see at the pump is 80%. Maybe, I mean, if you see 85, whatever. But typically 80% is going to be your summertime max. And then if you just do half and half, you're going to be 40, and it'll be fine. If it's a little more, there's a little more. You said milliseconds.
Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of the high side and the low side are staying pretty good because you got the overdriven cam.
Yeah, 32% lobe
and
on there.
And you got the DSX. I think now it's just coming up to a actual wall on the injectors. I don't want to, you know, overwork the injectors to that point. They're getting close, but they're not anywhere near like we've seen before in regards to pulse width or duty cycle. So they're getting close though. But like Dusty was saying, we could have pushed it further, but I'd rather have an easy number instead of going all the way to 80 and then saying, hey, you can't run this.
Right.
So then we have to back up anyway and figure out a good safe number. And honestly, you'll see the power. I mean, it made 700.
Yeah.
That's more than enough, and that's on 40%. It didn't pick up quite as much simply because we didn't get the content in there, so we didn't add as much timing.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it's not, I wouldn't say it's anywhere near the ragged edge on timing either. It's got some room. We could, but you know, for what he's doing, man, like he's going to cruise this thing, beat on it some, have a good time. It's going to feel like a rocket ship.
Yeah, we try to keep the timing and the fueling, of course, conservative, yet good enough to where it's going to get you most of all your power and not give up anything.
You don't want to leave a pile on the table, but you don't want to be, you know, you don't want to try to get 5 or 10 more horsepower and be, you know, around the edge.
If it was a race car, grudge car, where he's like out racing, sure, let's put every degree in it and we'll put some C in there, put some meth on it. But a guy like this, I think this is a really good setup for him. That's the intake you did last time, and that's the lid he provided.
And we did the 2.3 upper last time. So it's a 10% lower 2.3 upper combo, pulley combo.
Okay.
You know, I think we're getting kind of toward the limits of maybe this AFE a little bit, definitely the throttle body.
A lot of stock, a lot of stock stuff.
The blower could use a porting. But I mean, shoot, man, 700, I'm happy.
I let it ride.
I think he'll be
happy. It did what we wanted to. So here are the numbers. To break this down, Dusty, you remember how, 566 is what it came in at, right?
566 was the baseline stock, the way it came in. I don't think there was anything done to it at that time. I can't remember 100%.
No, that was a nice, cool run. I know you just pulled it in.
Yeah, for sure. As good
pulled
as
it in, made a couple hits.
The 618 was the first round, was the long tube headers, 2.3 upper.
Yep.
And the 668 here was 93 with the camshaft.
Yep, and I did notice, Dusty pointed out earlier, it's my fault for the torque numbers not being higher because today I was just hitting it about 3,500 to 4, whereas before I was just hitting it at a lower RPM.
So you can see the angle here. It was probably gonna make a little more torque, a little bit lower. So the peak torque numbers, you know.
Peak torque numbers aren't really apples to apples, but you can tell they're all higher. I just hitting a little
685 here was the E85 or E40.
Yep, ended up about 40%.
702 foot-pounds, and that's at 4,100. So that would have been
720,
a
I'm
lot
sure.
higher. If we had some more fuel, you know, we could keep playing with it. But these are SAE correction. If you go standard correction, so if you ask anybody on the internet what they made,
and our goal was 700.
And it's 701 standard. So, you know, pretty stout combo, especially to be as street friendly as it is.
Yeah, so obviously, as you can tell, it's raining its butt off right now.
It's a terrible day.
We're not going to get out there on the street with it, but after it dries up, I will do a nice little drive in it just to make sure everything's fine, which I'm sure it is. It cranks, it has a nice chop. I think you already got an auto video, but
I think so.
We can always get one whenever and do that. So I think at this point he'll be done, but knowing most car guys would probably say, well, you know, can we get a little more fuel system? And we were talking about that earlier today. You're at that limit of where to go to the next level of fuel system.
You're about to drop some coin.
Yeah, drop some good money with port injection, triple in-tank fuel fours. It's a lot of things to get to that next level. So I think the 700 rear wheel horsepower level is a nice, happy,
that
fun
should be
spot
livable
to be.
for a while, because you're going to spend, you know, 5 digits pretty easy on the next round.
Yeah,
so.
and it's already going to be a handful on the street making 720 foot-pounds, which I wish I would have hit it lower that last time, but it's all good.
Yeah, it's still nasty, whatever.
Yeah, what I always do is the first time I hit it, if it works, I always hit that same spot. So that's why. But anyways, we appreciate it. We actually have another C7Z coming
next week.
But before that, you'll see an SS, getting a BTR 1V2.
Yep. And maybe a Stroker GXP G8, if we can get that in there. Motor's done, got the motor finished up. So
that was one you guys have seen on the channel before as well.
Yep.
The motor came in, we just put a cam in and did some tuning on it last time. We weren't quite happy with how it was doing there.
Yeah, it sounded funny when he brought it, and it's like, it's just how it's been. So the thrust was completely gone off the crankshaft, the thrust face and the thrust bearing it was a lot of little issues. So solved all those. 4-inch stroke crank should make some good power. So stay tuned for that too. That'll be a fun one.
That'll be coming up soon as well. And again, appreciate you, Todd, the man.
He's always. Yes, he's been working hard, man. So he's good. Good help for sure.
Well, good. We got to pick his car out.
Yeah, so listen.
If anybody has a car,
there you go,
that they want to sell.
Yeah. So and look, plus we need some input because he's on the fence, right? Everybody wants a C8, C7, whatever. We get that, but realistically, I think Todd's between.
What are you between, Todd?
An SS and a G8.
All right.
Okay. SS and a G8.
So no Camaros, you can't see out of them good. Got 4 doors. So SS or
you
G8.
don't really want a V, right? Kinda. I guess it just depends, huh? You're not against any of them.
I'm just using y'all's guidance.
He's ridden and ridden and worked on a lot. He actually probably worked on more than he's ridden or driven.
Probably, yeah. We gotta fix that. We'll get him in.
So yeah, we'll
But he wants something. So say what you think.
Yep. Send us some videos of your hot rods. Anyways, until next time. Thanks.
See you later.